Welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, where we look at the latest comics and other media featuring the Transformers. In this episode, we get to introduce to Ballpoint as we review Skybound's worst bot ever. Today is Friday, July 18th, 2025, and this is episode 451 of Transmissions Alt Mode.
Welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, the podcast that is not the worst podcast ever. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how's it going?
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
I can't see. What are we doing? Let's talk Transformers. I hope.
What? I thought this was our spoiler-filled Superman review.
Super who?
Well, Jeremy, you're the only one who's seen it so far. So
by the time this comes out, you guys will have seen it.
Yeah, but we can't travel through time to do a review with you, Jeremy.
Right, let me spoil the whole movie for you. So it starts off.
No, wait, hey. As always, we start off the show by thanking our donatrons, those lovely people who support us on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you all so much for continuing to support the show and keep us going. Really appreciate it. If you are not a donatron and would like to become one, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. And of course, when you become a donatron, you get some perks. That includes bonus content like our bonus show, We Like Big Bots. And we've got 14 episodes of Daryl and Dr. Pants talking about the biggest bots in their collections. So you can see that all on our Patreon page. We've also got our Transformers Live Play RPG podcast, Empire of Rust. And this week we have the bonus uncut version of episode 140, Lift Hard with a Vengeance. And that's available for donatrons right now. The regular version will be up on Monday, July 21st. So, and if you are just waiting for the regular version, you can get that at transmissionspodcast.com/rust. You can also get our exclusive Skybound Transformers #1 comic that's commissioned by Transmissions Podcast with cover art by EJ Sue, and you can order that on our website, transmissionspodcast.com/comic. And we've still got our Toy Hacks July promo code for 15% off everything at toyhacks.com. Use that code SUMMERBOTS to save 15% off throughout the month of July. Use that code as many times as you like, and you will get that 15% off discount. Cannot be combined with any other promo codes, but you can use it with your Robo Points. So just remember that code, SUMMERBOTS, all one word. All right, so let's get into the show. We're recording this a little bit early because the month of July is crazy for us, but we want to make sure we keep the show on the schedule, keep the content going. At least I like to I don't want to break our streak. So, but we got an early copy of Worst Bot Ever, so we're gonna do a review. So let's get into that right now.
To clarify, it is not the free comic book day one. That was a sample of it. The actual book is significantly larger. So,
yes, I do have my Worst Bot Ever free comic book day copy. This, as Daryl said, I think this is only the first chapter of the actual book. So it's a 6-chapter book. It's a kid's book. It's in a kid style. So you can see
like
the artwork
early
there.
Readers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's a fun story. I really enjoyed it. So we're gonna get into it.
Hey! Save the reaction till after.
I don't want to spoil the reaction. Sorry,
right.
Daryl.
That's right. People might think you hated it.
So it starts on planet Krypton, and
hey, Jeremy, come on. All right, so Worst Spot Ever. Yeah, as this is a spoiler review, so if you were, I mean, it's just a fun, silly story. There's no continuity or anything, so don't worry about getting spoiled. If you really don't want to know, I guess buy the book first and read it and then come back for this review. But we're going to go through the whole story. So just getting that out of the way. Worst Spot Ever is written by Brian Smitty Smith. Artist, colorist, and letterer is Mars Jr. Editor Alex Antone. Logo and publication design Andres Suarez. And production Richard Mercado. So if you did get a chance to pick up the free comic book day worst spot version of the Worst Spot Ever, it's a preview. It goes through just the first chapter of the book, and it's it introduces this new character. He's the ultimate Decepticon, Ballpoint, and he turns into a ballpoint pen, as you might imagine. So Ballpoint, he's the smallest Decepticon warrior. He's smaller even than any of Soundwave's cassettes, but he has the biggest ego. He is, he tells the story from his perspective. He's the ultimate Decepticon warrior. He's the reason the Decepticons are winning the war. He's done everything. He's Megatron's most trusted lieutenant. He single-handedly takes on Autobots by himself, and all the Autobots tremble in fear as he approaches. He even went to, he accompanied Megatron and the Decepticons on the Nemesis as they attacked the Ark in space. And even though they all boarded the Ark and it crashed on Earth, they went offline for a while. But even he reawakened on Earth and went right back to helping the Decepticons make sure they conquered the Autobots. So that's his perspective. But then you zoom out and Starscream says, Ballpoint, none of what you said actually happened. You're the weakest Decepticon ever. No one likes you. No one pays any attention to you. What are you talking about? But Ballpoint, he can't even hear the criticism. He's super delusional. He also has his best friend Smoothie, fellow Decepticon Smoothie, who's actually just the Decepticons blender in their break room for making Energon smoothies, I guess. I don't know why the Decepticons have a blender.
Energon shakes.
Energon shakes, okay. But the blender is named Smoothie. That's his only friend, I guess, in the Decepticon ranks. But
isn't that
all the other
reference to one of the live action movies where Blender gets, with the first one with the Energon surge through the power grid.
Oh yeah,
and a blender goes crazy.
Yeah, and all the appliances come to life. Or was it? I think that might have been the second movie. I don't know. It's something happened. Yeah.
They all blur together. Something happened. It's the best review of the live action movies.
Yeah. So Ballpoint, of course, like George McFly in Back to the Future, he does Starscream's homework for him. So he does Starscream was ordered by Megatron to do a report on the solar farm to capture, get some intelligence to capture some energy. And Ballpoint did the report and put it on a 3.5-inch floppy disk. He gives it to Starscream.
Charles, it was a zip disk.
Oh, was it? Okay.
It was a Zip 100. You call yourself an engineer. If my shelves weren't bare, I could have pulled out. I have a box of zip disks.
I got rid of all my zip disks years ago.
I mean, I think it's a floppy. It's so. I used zip disks back in the day too, but.
Well, it says Zap 100 on the artwork, so I think Jeremy's probably got it right there.
Okay.
I know the old ways.
But so Megatron calls a meeting to calls all the Decepticons in, and that's the end of chapter 1. So we've got 6 chapters. Moving on to chapter 2, Megatron reveals his master plan to steal a bunch of Energon from the solar farm. He asks everyone to turn in their reports, turn in their homework. Shockwave did compile a report on a piece of paper. I don't know why Shockwave was using paper, but he did. Then Ballpoint took it and wrote all over it, so now it's illegible. So Shockwave is pissed off that Ballpoint destroyed his work, and Megatron can't read it, so he's mad. He throws it away. Then Starscream hands in his intelligence, and Ballpoint accidentally recorded his dance moves over the video of the actual solar farm report. So that's useless as well, and everyone laughs at Ballpoint's lame dance moves. And then Megatron finally says, you all are idiots. I did the intelligence myself because I knew no one could do it for me. So here's the solar farm. We're going to go attack it and get all the energon, and we're going to have fun. So they get there, they get most of the energon, they're collecting it, everything's going well. Ballpoint is put on guard duty to watch for any approaching Autobots, but of course he's lost in his own daydreams and just completely ignores his surroundings. And that's when the Autobots stroll in and attack. So the Autobots catch the Decepticons completely unaware and really kick their butts. Like, this is, normally the Autobot, we're not used to the Autobots winning like this since we've been reading the Skybound Transformers so much. But the Autobots like soundly kick Decepticon butt in this first battle here, and the Decepticons lose all their energon and they have to retreat. And Ballpoint is left behind because he's still off in his own world, and he has to quickly just catch up. When the Decepticons return to their base, so they do get back. And everyone blames Ballpoint for the failure of the mission, even though none of the other Decepticons did any better. Megatron, of course, blames all the Decepticons, and then all the Decepticons just turn around and blame Ballpoint for everything. And so he gets kicked out of the Decepticons. Ballpoint is persona non grata among the Decepticon ranks, and he is fired. So he's, of course, Ballpoint is upset about this. And in the process of Megatron, being angry at Ballpoint, he drops the blender, and Smoothie dies. His spark is extinguished. And that's a crushing blow to Ballpoint. His only friend is dead. So he leaves, and he hatches his plan that if he can go to the Autobots and actually single-handedly take down all the Autobots himself, that will prove his worth to the Decepticons, and Megatron will have to let him back in the club. So that's his plan. So that is the end of chapter 3. We go to chapter 4, and a Ballpoint sneaks into the Autobot headquarters, but he's not really doing a good job of taking them down. He is quite small, and that does go to his advantage because he is able to sneak past the guards. Lita 1 is watching, then Prowl takes over watching, but Ballpoint can sneak past him. He gets into the Ark. He transforms into a pen, and of course, robots in disguise. No, the Autobots don't recognize that pen is actually a Decepticon. But all his other plans don't really pan out. He tries to do psychological warfare by turning the Autobots against one another. He prints a threatening message on a printer, like it says Optimus Prime stinks from Bumblebee, misspelled, of course. But the Autobots just think, hey, somebody fixed the printer and the Wi-Fi is working, so that's great. So the psychological warfare doesn't really work out. It's just nothing's going right for him. And all chapter 4 is a comedy of errors of him trying to attack the Autobots, and the Autobots not even realizing he's there. Chapter 5, he continues. He paints. He draws faces on Sunstreaker and Sideswipe, thinking that will make them angry at each other. But they just laugh it off and think it's a hilarious joke. So nothing still doesn't happen. Then he tries to go after the big guy, Optimus Prime himself, and he pretends to be a dentist to come to fix Optimus Prime. And so, in this, he thinks he'll infiltrate this and be able to destroy Optimus himself by pretending to be his dentist. But Optimus Prime points out that he's not even really sure he has a mouth, which I appreciated. That that Optimus has a faceplate, he doesn't have a mouth, so why would he need a dentist? He doesn't even have teeth. And so he sees right through Ballpoint's disguise, and Ballpoint, of course, is disheartened at this. He finally just said he surrenders. He says, "I give up. I'm I'm actually a Decepticon. Go ahead and destroy me. It's I'm ready to accept my fate." And of course, Optimus Prime, being the kindly father figure he is, says he's not going to destroy Ballpoint. He points out that even though he's small, the pen is mightier than the sword. The pen can be mightier than the sword, and he should believe in himself, and he doesn't have to listen to all the Decepticons putting him down. And maybe he should just try to find confidence in himself and be the best Transformer he can be. And Ballpoint is encouraged by these words, and he decides, you know what, I think maybe I had the Autobots all wrong, and maybe they're not so bad. So maybe I won't go back to the Decepticons. And just then, the Decepticons decide to attack the Ark. So Optimus and Ballpoint drive out. They roll out to see what's going on, and we come into the final chapter, in Chapter 6. In Chapter 6, we have the final battle between the Autobots and the Decepticons right outside the Ark. The Decepticons have a bit of the upper hand because it's a surprise sneak attack. But Ballpoint realizes he wants to help the Autobots. He while Optimus Prime fights Megatron, he says, go help out the other Autobots. He helps Bumblebee. He and Bumblebee team up to fight Starscream, and they actually get the better of Starscream. But then while he's doing that, Megatron has Prime on the ropes. He's got him like right where he wants him, and then Ballpoint comes to try and help, but Megatron thinks he's still that Ballpoint is still on his side. He says, "Oh, I'll let the weakest Decepticon destroy you, Optimus Prime." So he says, "Ballpoint, you can take the kill shot and destroy him." But Ballpoint, he's had a change of heart, and he sprays ink in Megatron's face, distracting him and letting Optimus Prime deliver his mighty punch and defeat Megatron. And Megatron is forced to call a retreat, and all the Decepticons run away. So Ballpoint has found his new home with the Autobots, and and Optimus Prime himself gives him his very own Autobot symbol. The Ballpoint removes his Decepticon symbol and officially becomes an Autobot, and is welcomed into the ranks. All the other Autobots are encouraging him, and just so happy to have him there. They appreciated the help he gave them in the last battle. And then Ballpoint, when they show Ballpoint around the Ark, he goes into their break room, and they have a blender, and it's Smoothie. Smoothie is alive. His best friend Smoothie has also become an Autobot and has joined up with him, so they can be best friends together and be Autobots together, and it's a happy ending for Ballpoint. Back at the Decepticon headquarters, Megatron is, of course, super mad that the Decepticons lost again. He's yelling at the troops, but every time he turns his back to them, all the other Decepticons start laughing. And then we see at the end that Ballpoint managed to write super farts or space farts on the back of Megatron's rear plate. So, and that is the end of Worst Bot Ever. So Worst Bot Ever, he turned into the best bot ever. And such a heartwarming tale, and the kids love it. It shows them how they shouldn't feel bad about how if they're different or small or not as powerful as other folks, they can still have their contribute and have abilities and find a place where they're wanted and needed and accepted. So, yay! Fun little story.
Well, that's what you got from it. I mean, I got that if you set your mind at something and fail, you should just give up.
Okay, that's another take.
And then hope that somebody picks you up off the ground. and carries you along with them. That's how I saw it. I'm kidding. It's a very good story. But he does give up.
Yes, he gives up his plan to murder the Autobots. Yeah, that's so. But he finds a new plan.
A plan's a plan. You set your mind to something and you decide you're not going to do it anymore. You have given up. Whether it's world domination or, to make dinner, a plan's a plan.
So what did you think overall, Dara? You enjoyed the story?
I did. I liked it. The art style was perfect for the audience it's aimed at. What age group do you think we're going for here? Like, it's grades like 3 to 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like my son's going into 6th grade and he's still loving this style of book. Okay. Basically, like early readers where you're wanting them to read something longer than, really short story, but they don't want to read just walls of text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to read
kind of like you too
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's a good story. It's fun. I think the younger kids can definitely relate to Ballpoint. I know of a lot of kids I've come across over the years that have attitudes like Ballpoint, where they're the best, and oh yeah, I did that. Yeah, I was, I was the best, swimmer. I was the best hockey player. I was the best baseball player. We won because of me, and I'm like, I was watching that game, and I saw you picking dandelions, buddy. But no, I think there's a lot of kids who can relate to the story. And like I said, the art's great. For if this was the art in a standard comic book, I probably would have had a lot more critiques. But this is really good for the style. And Mars Jr. doing the art, like the pencils, the color, and the letters, is very impressive. So yeah. And that the amount that this is being done, like this is a big book. So this would have been under production for quite some time.
Well, and the press release says that it was the first of a series, so they're planning on doing more.
Damn. Okay. So cool. All right. Well done. Well, I guess we'll do
actually
this
next says year. It's the graphic novel imprint that they're publishing it under is aimed at 12 plus and 8 to 12 audiences. So I guess,
well, 8 to 12 is grade 3 to 6, like Daryl said. That's pretty accurate.
So there you go. Yeah. So I know with the audience. I know with this stuff. I'm the best.
You're on their reading level, so you know that audience pretty well.
Yeah. No, like I said, this is a really good book for that age group, and I think it's going to do well. I'm curious to see, because my daughter's out of elementary school now, and my son's about to start in September, if this thing ends up in the the scholastic, the
book fair.
The book fairs that end up. Yeah. So I'll be interested to see if it ends up there, and how much it is. Cause I'm sure I could go find it, or I could order it online or something like that. But I want to see it in the school at the book fair.
Yeah. Retail price in the US is going to be $12.99.
Oh, that's nothing. Yeah.
That's
great.
It was available in comic book shops as of Wednesday, July 9th. And it's going to be at booksellers, including digital versions, on July 22nd.
Cool. Yeah. I want to see this in the school at the book fairs. I want to see them trying to sell this thing there. So yeah, no, I think it's a good book, and I'm really I'll probably end up picking it up at some point just for my son to kind of give it a go. I think my daughter's over this kind of stuff. She's well past that, but my son will come into it. It'll be one of those ones where we'll have to read it to him for a bit, and then he'll flip through it. But yeah,
I mean, it's long enough. You could do focus on one chapter and then eventually move on to the next and next.
No, you start a book, you finish it. That is how it works with him. So it's a long haul if you start up one of these.
Like a bedtime story? Well, you have to change my bedtime to 10 o'clock. Then that's what I'll do, smart guy.
Yep. You pick one book. Well, let me go and find the dictionary.
There's a War and Peace.
We're gonna read one book. Yeah, you smart bugger. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciated also the choice of Autobots and Decepticons to put in here. Particularly, I mean, the Decepticons got the majority of the characterization. I liked how we got a lot of comic relief with Rumble and Frenzy, getting them, like even Soundwave couldn't tell them apart, and they were getting mad about that. I thought that was funny. We had Laserbeak being like a pirate parrot, like repeating what everyone said. I thought that was funny.
Mm-hmm.
We have Megatron just blasting people with his fusion cannon, like a Looney Tunes cartoon, which I thought was good. Shockwave is just being so hating Ballpoint with such intensity. It was really fun. All the Decepticons were fun. The Autobots had less characterization, but they were still pretty fun there. And of course, Optimus as the dad from the 80s was really nice and encouraging, and the moral center for Ballpoint. Also, I was surprised to see Silverbolt just randomly as one of the Autobots hanging out there. But then at the end of the book, when they show the cast, they have Jetfire there. And Jetfire wasn't in the book at all, but you have him right there in the cast. That was a bit weird, but um, it's fun. And that also the little you have a little how to draw ballpoint at the very end, so that was nice.
Yeah.
I know
for kids.
as a kid, I appreciated that kind of stuff when I would, come across it, because, if I really got into a character, I really got into it and I would want to draw it. And those kind of things really helped me out.
Yeah.
And the pizza delivery guy looked a lot like Spike in there. When they have one scene where and when they're guarding the Ark, Ballpoint calls the pizza delivery to distract Prowl so he can sneak into the Ark, and the pizza delivery guy is wearing a yellow hard hat and looks a lot like Spike, but he's not named Spike, but could be. So that was fun. Jeremy, what were your thoughts?
I really enjoyed it. I thought, I think I'm the only one that has a kid in the target age range right now. And I've lived through my share of Dogman books, Cat Kid Comic Club, Captain Underpants. And this is in that same vein of book. And I think it is something that he would probably really enjoy. But then as a parent that has Transformers experience, so many in-jokes there that, he would be oblivious to, and I get. But even some of the more obvious thing, like the Sideswipe and Sunstreaker, they share a room, and on there they have signs called the Lamb Bros and and stuff, and they're always racing. I think that was funny. I mean, clearly they get the characters and they're able to parody. You talked about the Scholastic Book Fair. I would love for them to have some of these posters in the Autobot base. It's motivational posters for the Autobots. I think doing something like that would be fun. Like the teamwork, but it looks like they're just doing high fives to their shadows, the shadows of their hands and stuff. And I don't know, I just so much fun stuff. This is not a book to really take seriously. It is not the mainline Transformers book. And I mean, really, I think it's not even I guess I would think in terms of art style, kind of compare it with the Tom Scioli Transformers versus G.I. Joe, but it's not. I mean, because this is specifically aimed towards kids, and
the art in this is way better.
It takes itself seriously within the context of the story it's trying to tell, which I appreciate. It's a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with it, since they did say this is going to be the first in a series. Because, I mean, it is pretty self-contained. Ballpoint is now part of the Autobots. He's fully, on board with that. But
do you think it's do you think it's a series of Ballpoint books, or do you think they'll just do another character, some other random?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it would be it. I'm trying to see what this says.
The story with Ballpoint seems pretty finished.
Oh, it just says the first book in a new series of original graphic novels from the writer Brian Smitty Smith and Mars Jr. So maybe they're going to do a series of Transformers related. I don't know. We haven't heard anything beyond what this is. I think it would be fun if they just kind of explore the Transformers universe in this art style, in this like comedy format. Even if they did, do a Beast Wars book or various random shows and just have this fun take on it. But this is going to be fun. I'm going to get my kid to read it once we get a physical copy of it and see what he thinks.
Well, the $1 million question that I have for both of you: will we see a Ballpoint toy?
Maybe
a non-transforming one for sure. Just go to Toy Hacks, find a red pin.
I got one.
But
I would a transforming pen.
Yeah, I would think that there could be some like 3D printer seller at conventions that comes up with some sort of like pen design.
I mean, if this book becomes popular with kids, I think Hasbro will not miss that opportunity to put out. Like they've already got a pen design kicking around, they could probably just retool that and make it into Ballpoint.
Yeah, I mean, there's a Dogman movie, so like they could. The sky's the limit if it gets popular enough.
Yep. All right. Well, that's our review of Worst Bot Ever. And, as you listen to this, it's out in comic shops, but it will be out in general bookstores in just, I think, next week as you listen to this. So you can order it. You can pre-order it directly from Amazon, or you can order it at your local comic shop. And if you have kids and want to introduce them to Transformers, this is a fun way to do it, and also give them a positive message and help them improve their reading. So, does a lot of different things.
Buy it from your LCS if you can. That always helps them out. So, yeah, Amazon and all those online places are fine, but if you've got a local comic shop, support them.
Yep. All right. Well, that's our review, and that's it for this episode of Transmissions Alt Mode. So thanks, everyone, for watching and listening. As always, at the end of every episode, we give a shout out to our Masterpiece Donatrons. These are the folks who continue to support the podcast at our highest level on Patreon, so that's why they get a mention in every episode. So thank you once again to John Forex Levengood and Steve C. We really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. And we will see everyone next time. The schedule will be a little weird the next few weeks, but there will be shows, so don't worry. Stay tuned. Just keep that feed refreshing, and you'll get our episodes. So we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.
So the movie starts on Krypton. And
shut up, Jeremy.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.